Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Still talking about Minnesota. Literally, Talent just walked in and we talk about Minnesota and Memorial Day weekend. We're like, we're not going to be here. We're going to be in Minnesota.
Man.
And he was like, yo, Minnesota, they got a dope comedy spot in the Mall of America. And Wanda just told him, one of our citizens just called up to say they built a go-kart space next to the comedy spot. So when we get out there this weekend for Memorial, we're going on go-karts too, obviously, right, Wanda? OQ, you going to get on with us?
Of course, if I could fit. You know you gotta analyze it first before you embarrass yourself for the whole line.
Mommy, look at the fat guy.
Yo, OQ is always calling himself fat.
I know, but because you don't want to be that person, that get there and they have to tell you in front of everybody to get off the ride.
That's why
fit.
That's what they told us. That one of the callers called up, Talent, and said, "Yo, y'all need to come to Fat Nate's." I'm like, OQ's not walking in a place called Fat Nate's. He's not gonna do it.
Nate?
Oh my God! OQ is not fat.
Is that Nate?
OQ is not fat.
That's hilarious.
You're not.
There you
OQ,
go.
I love you.
I think you look great,
Me too.
Thank you. You can rock a go-kart, I tell you that.
Okay. Yeah, you go-kart material, OQ. You go-kart material. Hey, yo, Talent is here. Sway in the morning.
Yes,
What's up?
Clap him up. He's going to be at Caroline starting on Friday. He got 2 shows on Friday, 7:30 and 10. Saturday, 2 shows, 7:30 and 10. And then, of course, on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be hanging out with Talent as he joins us right now for Celebrity Wire.
You know you love celebrity drama.
Don't ask me a question like that. I'm not biting.
Especially when it's caught on camera.
No! Don't shut me up!
It's time for Celebrity Wire on Sway in the Morning.
Oh, God, here we go.
On Shade 45.
We got It's Tracy G. You can hit her up at It's Tracy G. She's going to do Celebrity Wire. Talent is hanging out with us. I know he's going to comment on these stories right here. So here we go.
All right, Talent, I'm not sure if you're familiar with our friend of the show, Jason Mitchell. A lot of people primarily know him from playing Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm reading reports that he was dropped from Showtime's The Chi.
No.
Also dropped from his upcoming Netflix film, Desperados. This is all because of allegations of inappropriate behavior. Wonder was adding to the story earlier. He was saying how some of his female co-stars feel very uncomfortable. One in particular had to even go to the lengths of bringing her fiance to the set so she could feel comfortable shooting scenes with him. In addition, he's also been dropped by his agency, UTA. He's been dropped by his management company, Authentic Talent and Literary Management. I haven't heard any statements come from him, from his camp. There's still more details to come, but this is where we're at with it.
That's crazy. I guess he's still playing Eazy-E. He's still playing the role. He's still playing the old role. You know what I mean? And I love the Chi. I think he does I've seen him in about 5 or 6 projects since the Eazy-E thing, since Straight Outta Compton. He does well work, man. Like he's a good actor.
He was just in Shaft, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
he's nice, man.
Wow.
So she had to bring the hubby to the job.
Yeah, hubby to be.
I love how the word inappropriate is now that's the new word.
What is that a substitute for?
Well, you just know what it is. Like, it's when people say inappropriate, you don't think somebody's stealing bagels from the job or, you know what I mean? Stuff out the fridge. You know it's something
bad.
Something sexual.
Touching titties.
Yeah.
But here's what we learned too, though, Talent. Wouldn't you agree that we're at a space now, just because we hear stories don't necessarily mean that it's true.
Right.
Like people... We hear stuff, the media gets a hold of it, they blow it up, and you get headlines, and then a week or so later, the truth or whatever comes out, and then people sort of have to backtrack, retrack, whatever the case may be. So we'll wait sort of to comment just in terms of but what I was saying to Tracy and everybody in here earlier is that I think we can all agree, though, just being in this business for some time, that's really fast action. It's one thing for a network maybe to say we don't want to deal with you no more, but when your agent and your management at the same time, something is a little bit
But
deeper.
to me, you got something solid. Like when you said, when you make a big leap like that,
that's a
It's
lot of
one
people.
thing with a regular allegation, go, let's look into it. But when you jump like that, it's
Right.
like somebody got something solid.
Something is a little, this is different. I will say that this is different from people, even with the R. Kelly situation. Remember, the management and the attorneys were the last to go. Remember when you reported that story, they waited and the assistant, they finally were like, we're pulling out after all of these different years and different stories coming. So this was a little strange that the agent and the management left too. So we'll see what happens, citizens, and we'll keep you posted.
Absolutely. Johnny Depp has a lot of controversy around him as well, ever since, his now ex-wife Amber Heard, all of the allegations from her saying that she was a victim of domestic violence at the hands of him. Well, he's speaking out for the first time, and he's accusing her of painting fake bruises on her face in order to, quote, fabricate these claims of domestic violence against him. And he's saying that the true victim of abuse in their turbulent marriage is him. So he spoke for the first time, stating in a court filing that her claims that he repeatedly attacked and abused her are categorically and demonstrably false. He also claims that bruises seen on her face, like I said, were something that she painted on, that she hired a makeup artist, that they were faked. He also put in the new court papers, I have denied Ms. Heard's allegations vehemently since she first made them in May 2016 when she walked into court to obtain a temporary restraining order with painted on bruises that witnesses and surveillance footage shows she did not possess each day of the preceding week. I will continue to deny them for the rest of my life. I never abused Ms. Heard or any other woman. And he filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit.
Wow. Talk about cover your back. But you seen Johnny Depp lately? He doing something. Johnny Depp doing some whole other drugs.
What you mean?
Like, I've seen him host a couple of award shows in the past, like 6-8 months. Like, he did the SAG joint. Like, he's just space cadet. He don't even live here.
He live in space?
No, he live in, like, he's in an island in between Australia and somewhere, like his own island type thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he comes over and does the work and everything.
Wow.
He's a real, but he's always, like, spaced out.
He's probably jaded. I mean, especially looking at this, the closest person to you who was also in the Hollywood spotlight. So he's probably playing it safe and is like, fuck all of y'all.
It's a little strange to me, though, that you can file a domestic abuse case. Don't you have to go to the hospital? They didn't know that it was like painted on. It doesn't make sense.
It's a horrible tattoo artist.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's a good question to bring up, Heather. That's so true.
You have to
get checked out.
Come on now. What else you got, Tracy?
I don't know, girl. Jada Pinkett-Smith, she believes that she had an unhealthy addiction to porn. And she spoke about this during Red Table Talk with her mother, with her daughter. And here's a little bit of what she said in her own words.
Talk about the effects of pornography
On relationships.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. And I actually feel like I was using maybe addiction a little lightly. And maybe I will say now that I had an unhealthy relationship to porn at one point in my life where I was trying to practice abstinence.
Do you think that fixation on porn came from an emotional?
It did. You know, it was actually like feeling like an emptiness. At least you think it is.
Exactly.
But it's actually not.
It's so politically correct. It was unhealthy, unhealthy relationship.
Inappropriate.
It's addiction. My cousin said he had an unhealthy relationship with crack cocaine. That's an addiction.
We were asking people earlier, Talent, can you be addicted to porn?
Hell yeah.
888-742-3345. If you're addicted to porn or you think you are, Talent is going to give you advice right now. All right? Sway in the morning. Shade 45. 888-752-33. What is it? 782? 888-742-3345. It's Sway in the morning, Shade 45. We're here with Talent. Talent is hanging out with us right now. We're in the middle of Celebrity Wire, right? But he has a show. Shows, I should say, with a Z. Shows. He's out here this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Friday, 2 shows, 7:30 and 10 at Caroline. Saturday, 2 shows, same time, 7:30 and 10 p.m. Eastern. Then Sunday, 7:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Caroline's. If you're going to be in the New York City area for the Memorial Day weekend, come hang out. So, citizens, if you're not familiar with Celebrity Wire, let me just bring you in. Every single day we do these stories, talk about sort of what's going on in the world of celebrity, and then somehow these crazy stories relate to us. And and all the people that's down with Sway's universe. And Tracy was just telling this story about
Jada Pinkett-Smith.
Yeah, and porn addiction.
She does Red Table Talk, and she was speaking about the subject of porn addiction, and she admitted how she had a really unhealthy habit. Her and her screens, whatever she would go to get off. And she said that actually when she met Will, that's when she was able to calm down because they had conversations and she saw how that was going to affect her relationship.
So I decided if you are addicted to porn or you feel like you're addicted or maybe it's helping your relationship, you know, you and your wife, you and your husband, you and your boyfriend, you and your girlfriend, call us up. Talent is going to give you advice on how to either become unaddicted to porn or maybe use it for your benefit. All right, 888-742-3345. We got JD on the line from Chicago. What's up, JD? Say what up to Talent.
Hey.
What's up, Tyler? What's up, Sway in the morning?
Hey.
What's up, yo?
What's good?
Chime in.
He watching porn right now.
You watching porn right now?
With
JD?
the window down.
Yeah.
No bad. I'm driving. I'm a road warrior. What up?
What's up?
What up? So I don't have an addiction, but I kind of got a comment. Like, I think that it's one-sided. I think that was coming from the woman perspective. Like, for men, I think we kind of need that sometimes. We need to get that. Me and my brother, we call it venom. We need to get that out so we can think straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's say you were about to go on a date, and you going on a date with a chick that you find very attractive, like a Tracy D or something like that, and you don't want to be thinking about you don't want to be thinking about sex, while you ordering the appetizer. So you might have to take care of that before you go out on your date so you can think straight, or before you do something stupid, right? If you're in a relationship or you married, you know what I'm saying, you about to respond to that DM.
Right.
Say, hold on, let me take care of this, and you take care of that, and then you like, whoa, what the fuck was I thinking? I don't do that.
Everything in moderation.
They call it venom. Somebody got STD.
But he said,
get that venom out. Venom.
Suck this venom.
Venom.
I don't think we can make like broad stroke, type of statements about every sex because Terry Crews has been very out and open about once having a porn addiction as well. I've had dudes that, because I've spoken about having an unhealthy relationship with porn in the past, and I've had dudes in my DMs asking for help with it. So anything in excess is going to be bad for both genders.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. We got to be clear about it. Like, we can't, the minute we not clear about what the situation is, we make it worse.
Yeah.
The minute we say, I'm going to change it from addiction to unhealthy, no, call it what it is so you can attack what it is if you're trying to get better.
So what officially, in your opinion, Talent, makes it an addiction?
Well, if you any addiction, you have to have. Right? You have to have access to it at any given moment. So when people have it on their phone, like you actually got your own porn downloaded on your phone or these links or whatever that you go into in that phone, like you got a problem, dude. Like if you can't go through your pictures, through your gallery. You ever see people be like, no, let me see that?
No, hold on real quick.
Right.
Don't touch my phone. Just look.
Yeah.
Lamar Odom was just saying that. Remember, Lamar Odom said that he looked at every single porn. There was nothing else for him to view, and it was a part of what messed up his relationship with Chloe.
But again, back to crack.
Yeah.
That's different. Like, no, for real. Like addiction, like remember.
It travels.
Remember when they found him when he got messed up?
Yeah,
he was in a whorehouse, right? So you showing that under the influence, whatever that is. Somebody's vice may be drinking heavy. A person that heavily drinks, if it turns sexual, they always end up, and that's the other addiction for you.
Yeah.
Because one addiction leads you to whatever the other one is.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, JD, for your call. We got Susan on the line from Chicago. Good morning, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Say what's up to Talent.
Hi, Talent. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
All right, so speak on this, Susan.
Okay, I was calling because I can kind of relate to this in a way because I feel like I'm suffering with the same thing. I think it's because, so my husband is a traveling nurse and he's like never really home.
Right.
So that's the only way that I can like, kind of release myself without like going out to, look for it somewhere else.
But are you watching like traveling nerd porn? Or are you watching something that your husband is not? See, that's the difference. Like, are you missing your husband? So you type in traveling nerd porn.
He's a nurse, I think.
Or nurse, either one.
Nurse, yeah.
Are you typing that in though?
No.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm
So
saying?
you think it's something deeper there?
Yeah, she probably like typing in like break-in porn or some shit. Like some dude is like an intruder while she's asleep.
I feel like the stuff that we do at home when he's here. That's the stuff that I type in that reminds me of him.
But you don't care who you're looking at doing it. It's nowhere near him.
But I think about him.
But are you looking at guys like porn star men who look like your husband, or are you just like whatever does it for you?
Yeah, like whatever does it for me. But I think about him when I'm doing it, though.
Susan, is it helping when your husband returns home from off the road?
I don't do it when he's home because, I can have sex with him, so I don't do it.
No, but is it that's
helping?
my question.
Yeah.
Is it improving your sex life when he does get home?
You learning new tricks?
Yeah, I think so. I think it really is helping, though.
Okay.
I really do.
She said think.
Talent doesn't
That
believe
one
it.
little word right there. That one.
Wow.
I think.
That sounds good, though.
Like when somebody say, I think she the one, she ain't the one.
How long has he been traveling on the road as a nurse, Susan?
Like almost a year now.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of hard for him to bail out now.
She got a lot of venom backed up.
Who is he nursing? A whole year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
What do you mean? You don't know what?
What kind of nurse is that?
Traveling what?
A year? Wait, what is
all
it? Nurses
sounds
Without Borders?
It all sounds shady. Susan just hung up the phone. She was like, you gonna mess up their marriage.
About to watch murder
I
porn.
like it better when I was envisioning him as a traveling nerd.
Me too. Because that sounds like
traveling nerd.
I'm thinking he's on the Best Buy International Geek Squad.
Susan,
We got Craig.
I was with you.
I'm with Susan
Honey,
too.
I gotta go fix a computer in Iowa.
Oh, man, y'all are bad. We got Craig on the line from Rochester. Craig, what's up?
What up? What up? Real Sway in the morning. Love
Yes,
the show.
thank you.
Talent, what up? You in the rock plenty of times.
Yes, sir.
Love your show, no doubt. But anybody that says it's not an addiction, they lying to themselves.
Right.
You get some of your best moves, some of your best, how they say, choreography.
He cracking up laughing.
He dying.
So you getting your choreography, Craig, from porn, huh?
You get your best choreography. Yo, you put some of these new moves on there. Yo.
Look at
Craig, I'm hanging up on you. You too silly.
Hey, I agree with him, though. Porn make me a better person.
Make it better. Hey, Derek. Derek disagrees with all of y'all because Derek says grown men should not be watching porn. Speak on this, Derek.
Yeah. Yo, if you're a grown-ass man watching porn, that's suspect. You could close your eyes, use your imagination. You know what I'm saying? You got too much all that.
This guy's definitely been to jail.
Suspect.
Yeah,
Y'all
definitely
created
been
porn.
to jail.
You know what? You're right. Let's leave the porn to the kids.
I'm not saying the kids.
You're right. No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? When you're going through puberty, you kind of learn out, But once you get to you a grown man, you got your own kids. Nah, man, you can't be watching that kind of stuff. What you looking at that for? You got, I mean, if it's girl on girl, maybe, or but
maybe.
Nah, man, it's a little too much, yo.
So he's coming from the perspective that grown men shouldn't be watching other grown men have sex. Is that what I'm hearing, Derek?
Hell nah, man, that's crazy. Close your eyes. Think of your lady. Think of somebody in your imagination.
He's mad. I think he shares a Dell Tower system with his child.
Dial up.
Yeah, so that's why. He can't be in the one bedroom apartment looking at porn. With
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Man, Talent, thank you. And all other citizens, leave a voicemail. Talent, thank you so much for coming through.
Covers his eyes when porn scenes come on in movies.
Leave Derek alone. Leave him alone. Talent is at Caroline's this weekend. Friday, 2 shows, 7:30 and 10.
God.
Saturday, 2 shows, and Sunday he has 1 show at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to Caroline's on Broadway to check it out and buy tickets for that. Talent, thank you so much for coming through. Where can people reach you?
Hey, you can get me on Instagram, Talent the Comedian. My Twitter is @It'sJustComedy. No porn.